Nicholas Nickleby, a classic story by Charles Dickens, adapted by Jill Mountain. Chapter 1. Ralph and Nicholas Nickleby were brothers. They lived on a farm in Devon with their mother and father. The brothers stayed in school during the week, but they went home to see the parents each weekend. One Saturday evening, the two brothers were sitting by the fire with their mother. "Tell us about you, young mother," said Ralph. "When we got married, your father was very poor," their mother replied. "We needed enough money for food, and life was very hard." "We're not poor now, mother," said Ralph. One day, your father's uncle died, and he left him £5,000. £5,000? That's a lot of money," said Nicholas. Their mother continued with her story. "We bought this farm with some of the money and their own vegetables. We were careful with the money because we want to waste it. When I grow up, I'm going to have lots of money," Ralph said. "I will do whatever I can to beat." Nicholas said nothing. He was thinking about his future. He decided to be careful with his money. He won't any risks and lose it all. He decided that he wanted to stay on the farm. Life was exciting there, but it was safe. When the brothers went on to school on Monday, Ralph started to make money straight away. He gave the toys and books to another boy in the house, but they paid to borrow them. When the other boys needed money, Ralph gave them money too, but they did borrow. The two brothers grew up and left school. Ralph left the farm and went to London to loan money. When their parents died some years later, Nicholas stayed on the farm and lived a quiet life with his cows and sheep. One day, Nicholas went to visit a neighbor, and he fell in love with his neighbor's daughter. After a short, they got married and lived together on a farm. Nicholas and his wife had two children, a boy and a girl. The boy was called Nicholas, like his father, and the girl was called Kate. The Nicklebys wanted their children to get a good education, to best schools. One day, Nicholas was looking at some papers. "Look, here's another bill from Kate's school. It is very expensive to get a child the good education." "Yes, it is," his wife replied. "But young Nicholas is nearly 16 now. He will leave school soon and get a good job. And Kate is 14. She will lose soon too. Then there won't be any school bills." "That is true," Nicholas said. "But I don't have money. I spend so much. I don't have enough money to pay the school bills." "You could try to be a businessman and make some money like your brother Al. But you can all your money in business." "It's the only answer," said his wife. "We'll need more money." So Mr. Nickleby tried to be a businessman for some years, but a business as his brother. "I'm not very good at it. I lost all my money," Nicholas said to his wife. "Now we will have ourselves to pay the bills." He sat in his chair and put it home in his hands. "Don't give up," his wife said. "Your luck will soon come." But Nicholas went to bed. The doctor came to see him. All the neighbors came too. Everyone told Nicholas that to go out of bed, but he didn't want to. As he lay in bed, he talked about school days with Ralph and happy times they'd had. "I'm going to leave this world now, my dear. You will look after." With that, Mr. Nicholas Nickleby went to sleep. He will never get up. Ralph Nickleby lived in a big house in London. He was Golden Square. On the front door, he was brass point with the word "office" on it. In the office, Ralph did business with his Newman Knox. Newman Knox was a tall, thin man with a red nose. Every day, he sat in a little room from night curtain. Ralph made the assistant work hard and didn't pay him much money. One day, Ralph meeting. "This letter came for you, sir," he said. Ralph took the letter and stared into England. It was in Strand, London, he said, and the envelope had a black border. "That tells me that someone has died." Ralph looked at his gold pocket watch. He did not have much time. He opened the envelope and put the letter. He read it quickly. "I was right," Ralph said. "My brother Nicholas had died. He's left a wife and 2 children, Nicholas and Kate. They are here in London." The letter said that I look after them all. He was angry. "My brother ever... Do you think that fair, Newman?" "I don't know, sir. I've never met the children." "Oh, well, you can go now, Newman, but I will close the office, and I'm going to Strand." Ralph Nickleby looked at the dark old house in the street. The servant girl, with a dirty face, answered the door. "Can I help you, sir?" he asked. "I'm looking for Mrs. Nickleby. Is she at home?" "She lives upstairs," the girl replied. Ralph went it and closed the novel stairs. He knocked at the door. He was tired after a long climb. A pretty girl, 17, opened the door. Ralph took at his hat. Inside the room, he saw a woman dressed in black. A young man sitting next to her. The young man stood up towards him. "You must be my nephew, young Nicholas Nickleby," said Ralph. "That is my name, sir," the young man replied. My nephew looked at the woman and spoke to her. "And you, my sister-in-law, the wife of my poor dead brother." He took her hand, "And I am very sorry." "He was a good man," said Mrs. Nickleby sadly. "I'm afraid good men died every day," replied Ralph. "What illness do your husband have? He didn't have left you." "I don't know. I think he died of broken heart," said Mrs. Nickleby. "That can't be true," said Ralph. "People die of broken head, of broken heart." The young man, Nicholas, did not like talking to his mother. "Some people have no heart to..." Ralph turned and stared inconsolably. "How old is this broke young man?" asked. "Nearly 19, Mr. Nickleby replied. "Tell me, Nicholas, how you need your money?" Ralph asked. "I don't know, sir, but don't money from my mother," Nicholas replied proudly. "You, for money? Miss Nickleby, tell your son to be careful with his son to me," Ralph shouted. Be quiet, Nicholas. Your uncle speak, Mr. Nickleby said to his son. Ralph turned back to his sister-in-law. Do you have any money? He asked her. None, she replied. I'm not worried about myself, but I hope that better children. I see, said Ralph. You will no money, and you want so some of mine. Ralph walked angrily to the end of the room and walked back again. And what about your daughter? She do, Ralph asked. Take Kate when you go to school. She can speak French. Ha! That's not good. She must become a dressmaker or something like that, Ralph said. He turned back to Nicholas. Do you want to walk, young man? He asked. Yes, sir, Nicholas replied. Ralph pulled the newspaper to the pocket. Read that, he said. He pointed to the advertisement of one of the pages. Look at it, aloud. Do the boys' school, Great Bridge, Yorkshire. At this excellent school, schoolmaster Mr. Rexford Squares teaches all subjects, boys and both food and comfortable lodgings, books, clothes, and journalist pockets. Fees £20 a year. This week, Mr. Waxworth Squares needed a snowball hotel, Snowbridge Hill, London. Note: the seasoned schoolmaster replied, pay £5 a year. That's a job for you, Nicholas, said Ralph. He folded the newspaper and put it back in his pocket. Be a teacher at Bars and to the boys' hall. Kate, school spoke for his first time. She thought, but he'd have only £5 a year. So far away. Nicholas likes the job I have found with you. He must find another job for himself. If I do this job, sir, what will happen to my mother and sister? Nicholas asked. I will look after them, but you don't take the job, Ralph replied. But Uncle Ralph, let us go to the Snowball Hotel and meet Mr. Whitesworth Squares.